Hey guys, here. Welcome to the defensive tier ranking videos. Now we're getting NFL Draft Promos Series 6 tomorrow, but we'll worry about adding those cards at a later date. Those could be pretty easily slot in where you see them based off their criteria. I will show for D-line, linebackers, which will fit into two categories, CBs and safeties. So those are the positions that we're going to do in this video. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but we got a lot to get through, so let's get right into it. So you guys know I got tier 0, 1, 2, 3, and I don't think I have any tier 4 cards. There's a lot of tier 4 cards. I just didn't list them because I think we only want to do the first 3 tiers. So this video is kind of replacing my like top 5 at each position type of video. But let's tier rank them. All right, let's tier 0 for defensive linemen. That's a lot to get through. So this is what I consider a tier 0 defensive lineman. High 90 speed. You can just say like mid 90s even is fine. So that might be too high for defensive linemen. Mid 90s speed. What? Low 90s even fine, but 90 speed for sure, D lineman. Mid 90 speed, we'll say. 99 block shed, 99 finesse, 99 power for the run stuffing and pass rushing. 99 strength for those annoying reach out tackles. 90 tackle for secure tackler, and 300 pounds is preferred. Now, the heavier the better. Obviously, this is a Pro Thick Boy stream and YouTube channel and lifetime. So why do we like heavier players? For impact blocks. Now, it's only really necessary for defensive tackle when they're getting whammed for you to have like 340, 350 pounder, because they'll just throw off those wham blocks even with lead the way. I guess you might want out my way at that point. Then they'll instantly shed it and be able to tackle it. But or like tosses or something. But defensive linemen don't really deal with a lot of impact blocks and tosses. So that's kind of like the big impact block. But 300 pounds is what Mutt Leak said was like the threshold for like just that's the max stat possible. So that's preferred, but if a guy comes in at like 260 as a defensive end and as everything else, that's a tier 0 in my mind. As for right now in the game, this is what I consider end game cards, something like this. I don't consider there to be any of these tier 0 end game cards in the game at the moment. Now tier 1 cards for defensive linemen will be here. Now I don't have any of these either. For 99 block shed, 99 finesse or power, high 90 strength, 90 tackle, and the 90 speed. So there's nothing like that right now, unfortunately. I was looking through, I was like, wow, I guess there isn't any of that at the moment, weirdly enough. So there's a lot of tier 2 cards. We're gonna be getting tier 1 cards pretty soon. I bet you a golden ticket will probably be when we're seeing tier 0 cards. So that's kind of this tier ranking. Once we get to golden tickets is when we'll see those tier 0 end game cards. Tier 2. You guys see it? There's tier 2. And then this is like the slow run stuffer division. I guess I can put like that right there. And then there's tier 2 speed or pass rushing division. So it's kind of slow versus speed, run stuffers versus pass rushers. So this is kind of what you want there for the tier 2 run stuffers. I like that, but like, so I want fast guys to rush the passers to chase down Mike Vick. Those kind of guys. You get around the edge, you get those sweet animations around the edge. Versus like the 3-4 defensive lineman, maybe the interior defensive tackle type deal. So all of these guards that we're gonna rank here or look at are kind of in the tier 2 rankings at the moment. There's nobody like hybrid. There's no, spoiler alert, Lawrence Taylor's at the defensive line position. So we'll get to him in the linebacker spot, as you'll see. I'm just to show you all the slow guys and at once. So Bruce Smith is special. On my team with the pass rush chemistry, I think legend pass rush chemistry, he has 99 finesse and power, but he doesn't have the 99 block shed. So I've included him here in the slow / run stuffers, but the reason he's here isn't necessarily because of his run stuffing ability. It's solid. He's got solid block shed, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to like put like definitive categories because there's guys that are always close enough but they excel somewhere else that you got to kind of rank them there. So there's going to be a lot of exceptions or close enoughs that they got pushed forward to the next tier rather than pushed down if they don't exactly meet the threshold. So Bruce Smith, love this card rushing the passer. Defensive tackle, defensive end, put him wherever you want. Great pass rusher once you got him chemmed up. I'm powered up. And all these cards are going to be their highest power up level with the smartest choice on chemistry. Okay. So these slow run stuffers, Deacon Jones. Actually, we can go to Mudhead here and take a look at him. So Deacon Jones here is a slow run stuffing kind of guy, and it's because he got high block shed, high power move. So when he powered up, you throw some run stuffing on him, boom, 99 power move, 99 block shed, and he's 79 speed, just over 80 speed. With sprinter, you can get a little higher into the 80s, but slow run stuffer. We also saw Mean Joe Green there. He's right there with you. These two are like kind of like the dudes to kind of stuff the run there. The little lighter guys because they're older players, but man, they were just monsters in their era. Not getting enough respect, especially Deacon nowadays, in my mind. Next, we have a Buckner. I'd put in their same categories. The finesse move block shed on him is very, very nice. That's if you have a John Madden like I do, you basically you have him power up. He can get a power up. I do believe that all the MVPs have power ups. I shouldn't even look that up. Gets a power up and John Madden pass rush plus the run stuff chem or John Madden rushing tier 1 or rush D tier 1. We'll get him pretty close there too. So Buckner's in that same category, defensive tackle. Again, a little lighter guy. You got Calais Campbell in that same area with a high finesse, high block, shed, low speed. All of these guys. Jarrell Casey, same deal. Like there's as we know, there are two different types of defensive linemen, both in MUT and in the real world, with some hybrids there. But really, the thick boys that are strong and kind of interior pass rushers, and the speed guys. So the interior real life pass rushers are kind of what we're going through right at the moment. After Casey, we look at Trey Flowers. Now he's not that thick, but based on the stats, gotta love him. I put him in the slower speed category, 82 speed, 82 to like 85, 85-ish are kind of like mid-tier hybrid-ish players because he's not that thick. So I could easily see him in the pass rushing, but he's, you know, I don't put him in the top tier kind of speed categories because 265 isn't very thick. Then you got the Reggie Whites of the world. Now you might be asking yourself, well, these guys aren't exactly like perfect run stuffers like a Brandon Williams, and Williams could be in here. Is he in here? No, he's not. So Reggie White is kind of like a reverse Brandon Williams. But I think Reggie White's kind of more versatile. Like Brandon Williams is great against the run, like a defensive tackle there, and maybe somebody I should add to this slow run stuffer division, and I probably will actually. I think I actually have him. Oh no, I didn't do a tier 3 for defensive lineman, but I could definitely see a Williams. Now I do want to add him actually. Leonard Williams is right under Reggie White, and Bryant Young is there too. So Brandon Williams, kind of an oversight on my part. He could be powered up, I do believe, right? Yes, powered up. So yeah, powered up pass rushing moves. Brandon Williams should be on the list. So let's go back to that list. Type in Brandon Williams. He's the one I missed. Whoops, wrong screen. There you go, Brandon Williams, Leonard Williams, Brian Williams, Bryant Young, and then okay, here's a good example of somebody that just barely misses it. Damon Harrison would be like a tier 3 because he's big and he can block shed, but he can't rush the passer with 91 power move. That can't be chemmed up to the 99 without some major Lions theme team action, I think. So that's kind of the slow ones. All right, next up are the speed rushing division. As you see, tier 2 down here, speed rushing division on the defensive line. These are the kind of guys that you want to chase if you're going like third down. These are the guys that be fine for like pass rush specialists. Put that on them. All right, let me see if I can show all of them at once. All right, you know JPP, yeah, you know me. All right, so tier 2 speed pass rushing division, like Aaron Donald doesn't have the good block shed. So let's go back to the top and let's show off Aaron Donald. 92 block shed is not good enough in my opinion to put him into that like tier 1. If he had like 95 or above block shed, he would be probably tier 1 above all the other defensive linemen. Right here. But he doesn't. And it is real sad boy hour. So Aaron Donald's the closest one to a tier 1 that we have on the defensive line. Peppers is close too, but again, the block shed screws them both. Peppers' block shed is 87, even worse than Donald. But now you could say Peppers as a user, you could say he's like a tier 1 user, and I would definitely agree with that. One of the best users in the game, but you know, I don't have a user ranking for defensive linemen. I guess I should have done a user ranking now that I think about it. Maybe that's a whole nother video. But anyways, Peppers is on my speed. Jason Taylor's on my speed pass rusher list. Mario Addison is there too. 98 finesse, 86 speed. Like 86 speed, I think is borderline right now, right? You want something around that edge, fast as fuck. Donald, I guess 85, borderline too, but Donald is Donald. Amazing, beautiful. Aaron Donald, Guy just looks at you with those eyes, and you feel things that you didn't think you could feel. Where are we? Frank Clark. Frank Clark, little faster, good power move. Now I think I like, you know, the power move. Maybe if you're taking on a double team, finesse move. If you're going around the edge. Not that it matters as much this year. I saw LT wreck shit early in the year when he had a higher power move than finesse move. Jerry Hughes. This is pretty freaking close to tier 1. His issue is the strength and the size. And let's look at his card. What are Hughes' issues? Decent speed. So he's got finesse move, block shed beautifully. But the strength, he's got good tackling, so he can get secure tackler. I would say this is a very close card to tier 1, if you remember the tier 1 cards. Tier 1, Jerry Hughes is absolutely close as hell when he gets, like, because he can get sprinter to get the 90 speed. Because he's got basically 4 of the 5 categories. I could just say 90 something strength. We put high 90s, but yeah. So he doesn't do the reach out tackles as well as the rest of them. So that's Hughes' downfall, but he is a really good card. As we all know, he was great early in the year. He's great now. All right. Who else is on the list? After Hughes, it was Hunter, who's also got amazing block shed. So he's another one that's super close to that tier 1. He just needs to be stronger. And he's a great card off the edge. 4'3" defensive lineman, 6'5", great user too. What's his catching? Upgrades. No, maybe not the greatest user. 43 catch. And then we got Ingram, solid. Where's Ingram? Yeah, Ingram's solid right here. Curse. Did I say Curse already? I thought Curse already had a higher card. No, I didn't have Curse, but he's on the list for sure. Chris Long, he's on the pass rusher. Doesn't have enough block shed. Khalil Mack is there too on the pass rusher. I think his block shed was like 1 or 2 higher. He would be tier 1. I think his block shed's 1 higher. He'd be my tier 1. I think Mack. You could do. So how do you get 99 power move and 99 block shed on Mack? So you'd have to power him up, John Madden, to get 98 power move. You'd need 1 more power move maybe from a Bears chem. That's the only way. I can't get his power move to 99 though, and his block shed to 99. So that's why he is a tier 2 instead of a tier 1. Sad. Real sad. Unless theme teams, of course. Theme teams, they're not taking into account. JPP's a speed pass rusher with that finesse move. Sue is not anything. I don't like this card. Don't like Sue whatsoever. Reggie White, we went through the end of them. All right, so then second page, we got some 96s. We talked about Bruce Smith. Ed Too Tall Jones, I didn't think was there for me. You could say he's a slow kind of block shedder type defensive lineman, and I would agree with that. I think he's close enough. I maybe should have put it on the list. And so and there's a lot of these guys that can be chemmed up to be pretty good too. So just because I'm not going to rank them with the rest of them doesn't mean they're bad. But like Cameron Jordan is pretty close to a tier 2 speed rushing. So like a lot of these, the thing is he's too slow for the speed pass rushing division. A lot of these cards are really close to it. So there's not a lot of separation between tier 2 and tier 3. And the guys I'm not going to rank in tier 3 because there's just so many of them. So that's my D-line rankings at the moment for the slow and the fast. But if I were to choose one, like my favorite cards, it's Peppers. I loved Jason Taylor. The other ones that got great pressure for me. Curse gets good pressure. Mac gets good pressure. Mac would disappear for me a lot of times, though. Hughes and Hunter are solid also, but nothing that I'd go out and grab because I love them. Me and Joe Green's played well for me. And I tried out a bunch of these other ones, and really they all kind of play the same. Obviously, thick boys are better at that one tech to take on impact blocks. Bruce Smith, like I talked about, played well. Deacon Jones was kind of invisible. I'm not going to go through each one individual and how they play for me, but yeah, they're there. They play okay. Pass rushing, basically, ever since we got those 99s in like October for like power move, it really has kind of like stalemated since then. All right, moving on to linebackers. Now, what are the tier rankings for them? All right. Tier 0. Are there any tier 0 linebackers? You're going to say, oh, Lawrence Taylor, right? High 90 speed, yes. 99 block shed, yes. 99 power or finesse move, yes. He's the Lawrence Taylor. 90 zone, ooh. Yes, 90 tackle. Yes, play rec, pursuit aware. So, linebacker, this is the only thing that holds LT back from being a tier 0. He's not a perfectly balanced all-around kind of guy because he's got pretty low zone. So, I decided to give Lawrence Taylor his very own tier ranking. He's the only tier 1 pass rushing guy in the game. Because as I told you guys, all right, let me switch over. Lawrence Taylor, you can get his block shed to 99, power up John Madden and John Madden, power move finesse move to 99 with the pass rushing or legends pass rushing chem, mid to high 90 speed, yes, strength great, everything, but taking a look at his card, rough, real rough. So rush the passer, he did drop a bit in coverage actually, in IRL. But they're not giving any credit for it in MUT. And maybe he wasn't the greatest one. I'm not a Lawrence Taylor expert. So, and then you have tier 1 zone linebackers. Now, there's quite a few more of these, in my opinion. I'm kind of in the way of this. I'm kind of in the way of those words. So, everything except for pass rushing, and maybe they're not lacking, they don't have all the 99s, but everything that same as like the tier 0, they're just lacking those pass rushing stats and maybe some on block shed, that kind of stuff. I'm going to give them the tier 1 guys. Now, maybe you'll say, oh, they don't have as good of stats, and I would agree with you. There's some that are less statted than others, but I'm kind of grouping them, and we'll talk about them as we go through them, which ones are, why they are in tier 1 and combined. So tier 1 has Shaz, Wagner, Smith, Davis, Smith, Barr, Leonard, Van Der Esch. Those are my tier 1 zone linebackers. Now, are they on the same level as Lawrence Taylor's for impact on the field? No. But for zone linebackers, because I think Lawrence Taylor's in your face, stopping the run, I think he's more impactful, but I don't know. It's different. I don't know how to compare a pass rusher to a zone guy. It's like two different skill sets. And I is one more impactful than the other? Probably. But how do I use words when I can't even English? All right, let me go back. Let me put myself back in the corner. Put Fox in the corner. Nobody but me puts Fox in the corner. And Baby. So, let's go through each one of these cards. Shaz. You're not even really seen Shaz. I gotta go to your power up. Let's go to the other ones first. So, coverage linebackers. Anthony Barr is there. 6'5", which gives him bonus points. Now, you're like, well, his block shed's not even close to 99. How is he a tier 1 zone linebacker? I'm gonna say 6'5", and I'm just gonna put that number out there. I'm just gonna leave that. 77 inches of pure man and pan, because he's made of steel and sex appeal. Yeah, pretty fucking good. And all these guys, he has to get zone coverage on him, FYI. So he's only got 87 zone. You must put zone coverage to get him up to 90. All right. If you don't, get out of the den. Okay. So Anthony Barr, he is there with us. So we're flexing a lot on that tier 1 zone, which is something we didn't do with Lawrence Taylor. So I feel dirty about it, but we're flexing. Darius Leonard's also on the list. He's another flexible kind of guy, and maybe I should have put both of them in tier 2 because they don't hit that rigorous standard, but 91 block shed is very solid. He hits that zone coverage. Tackling, gets secure tackler. Like, all these guys have to get secure tackler. If you don't got secure tackler, I think you're gone. Barr, man, I just want to make sure I didn't fuck up. Yeah, good. Good. I think it only requires 90 at linebacker. Yeah, 90 tackle at linebacker, and he's got 92. Safety requires 92. And corner requires 95, because they don't like secure tackle corners. For obvious reasons, based off last year's experience. Wagner, I also consider a tier 1 zone linebacker. 92 speed, so he can get chemmed up to that mid to high 90s. Block shed, zone coverage, play rack tackling. The only issue I have with Wagner and a few other linebackers, I don't get a lot of animations with users, or the ball flies through their hands. So make sure if you're going to use somebody, you want to have hot hands or pick specialists on them. It makes a big difference to animations. Just want to throw that out there. Jalen Smith is another linebacker. Where you at? There's Telvin. There's Jalen. So another one that I'm kind of flexing on the block shed for, and his impact block at 91, if I recall off the top of my head, he's got impact block 91, is the reason I flex on that block shed. Because when lineman comes at you, they're going to hit you, and hopefully the 91 can bounce off them a little bit. If they stick, then you're kind of fucked. But, oh man, so good. That speed puts him in the same level as a lot of the other guys I'm going to show. Although a lot of them are already at 90 speed, so he's only slightly better than them there. But I'm going to keep him in tier 1, and you can't tell me otherwise. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you guys think I'm ridiculous for keeping these guys as tier 1 zone linebackers. Telvin Smith, who doesn't want to load, is my other tier 1. Mudhead's not having fun loading with me right now, so we'll just move. Oh, there you go. Telvin, 90 speed, 95 block shed. Now, that's the fucking block shed I've been talking about. And he gets up to 90 zone. Tackling, secure tackler. Now, this is a definite tier 1. So if you're going to come to say to me and say Jalen is in the same tier as Telvin because of block shed, I'll be like, fine. Their impacts are very similar, though. I think Telvin's about 90. So, it is what it is. Next up is... Ooh, next page guy. Yeah, in the next page. That's all. We dug a little deep for this next guy. All right. Van Der Esch. Love this. 90 speed. 6'4" at 89 block shed is an issue. Play rec might be a little bit lower than you'd like to see too. Flexible. So this is definitely a fringe case. LVE. Like LVEs, I think the fringiest of the tier 1s. You could throw TJ Watt similar to LVE. I ended up ranking TJ Watt down a level. But TJ Watt's better than LVE because he can also rush the pass with 99 finesse move. So, but TJ doesn't get to 90 zone without Steelers chem. So that's why he's down a tier. And he's in the pass rushing category. So, those are my choices for tier 1 zone linebackers. Let me know if you guys disagree. Yeah. All right, tier 2. Let's go up first are the pass rushers. So we have D. Ford, Jadeveon Clowney, Von Miller, TJ Watt, who's got good zone too, Kevin Green, DeMarcus Ware, Lorenzo Alexander. All right, flip back. I should have done Lorenzo. So we have Clowney. You're like, why didn't Clowney get the same ranking as Lawrence Taylor? Why didn't Clowney get the same as Lawrence Taylor? Let's investigate. Why not? Well, the finesse move is not 99, but you don't really need 99 to be an effective pass rusher. So I could see the argument. The reason he's not there is to get up his power move and his block shit. Oh, actually, John Madden pass rushing, powered up, and then run stuffing chem, and you're there. So can't use that excuse. The excuse I'm going to use for why he's not on LT's level is he just didn't perform as well as LT for me. LT seemed to do more damage for me than Clowney. But if you're going to tell me that I'm wrong for having Clowney in tier 2 instead of tier 1 with Lawrence, I'm not going to fight you on that. I will agree, and I'll be like, yeah, I definitely see that argument. I don't have an issue with it at all. Yeah, so Clowney's very good. I like him. All right, so go back to D. Ford. D. Ford's the next one. D. Ford. You are a pass rushing linebacker with 97 finesse, 90 speed. And I do like pass rushing linebackers almost as much, if not more, than defensive linemen. So D. Ford's there. Kevin Green is there. Same. Look at that. He even gets great block shed, so he's up there. Not as fast as Clowney, and Clowney's not as fast as Taylor either. That's an issue. Von Miller's in that same pass rushing. He's more power move than finesse move, as you see. Good speed though. DeMarcus Ware. Where is Ware? Is he on the next page? He might be on the next page. Look at him in a second. Ware and Alexander. Houston's there. Houston's a little slower than I want. I think I had a speed thing too on the edge. Because they gotta be fast as fuck. Lorenzo Alexander, 88 speed. 95 power move, you get up to 99. I like him. And there you are, right above it. 86 speed, 96 power move. Yeah. Like Suggs is nice, but he's too slow. That's why Suggs isn't on this list. He's a tier 3. I want fast guys. You have to chase down Michael Vick. You need to be fast. Judon. 84 speed is borderline. Probably not good enough. Houston. 85 speed. Borderline. Good player. Borderline speed. TJ Watts. 87 speed, which I said because it's got to be in the 90s. He can get there with John Madden Sprinter. Anyways, all right. So, Tier 2 zone coverage guys. Oh, whoops. I copied the wrong thing. Or I forgot to copy. At least that wasn't my favorite porn address or something. Which are just pictures of weird naked foxes. So, Tier 2 zone guys. I'm not going to go through all these. I won't show the stats. But Kuechly, Ogletree, Whitehead, Collins, Martinez, Alexander, David, Mosley, Smith, Trevathan, Urlacher, and Wright. Those are Tier 2 zone guys. They're missing one thing or a couple things from the Tier 1. Kuechly being speed. Ogletree, I think speed 2. I'll have to go back and look through it. But most of these are slower. I think slow is why they didn't. Roquan is missing something else. Roquan's got plenty of speed. Trevathan, Urlacher's a little slow. KJ. So Roquan might even be boosted up. But I think he's missing something else outside the Tier 1 guys. So there's my Tier 2 zone coverage linebackers. Let's move on to the cornerbacks. We got a few more positions. I'm sorry this video is really dragging out. So Tier 1 cornerbacks have not tall, 99 speed, agility, acceleration, zone, man. So all those 99s or high 90s. High press, block, shed, impact, hit, power, spec, catch, and tackling greater than 95 for a secure tackler. So we don't see anything like this till golden tickets. So there are no Tier 1 cornerbacks. And maybe I'm a little restrictive with that. Tier 1 corners, 99 speed, 96 to 99 physical stats outside of speed. Zone man that high 2. Run support stats and courage and height is 2. So when I talk about height, you can't get out away from Mel Blount at 6'3". Glorious. Let's do the rest of them too. So here are my Tier 1 cornerbacks. Lattimore. Let's see. Lattimore, Slay, as I bring him up. Sorry, I'm trying to bring him up in my head while I'm looking. Slay, Jones, Peterson, Deion Sanders, Desmond Trufant, Denzel Ward. So, Mel Blount. Now, he doesn't get to 99 speed without the 25 Steelers on your theme team. So, 98 speed is what we're flexing on him because he is 6'3". But he's got decent acceleration, decent agility, jump, height, zone, man, all that stuff, and decent run support stats. Whereas, like, so Mel Blount is here, and so are guys like Deion Sanders. And they're two different types of corner. Mel Blount is taller, a little bit better against the run. Deion's, like, smaller, worse against the run. So it's a mixture in this Tier 1. They play valuable roles in each defense and can be studs for you, just in a slightly different way. So they're flexing a little bit there at Tier 1. Otherwise, we got Lattimore right there. Slay. Where you at, Slay, baby? Right there, too. Guys that got to have 96 speed right there. It's like Slay. You really do need that top-end speed. Byron Jones. Where is you, Byron? There you are. Byron Jones is the top tier. 95 speed can be powered up and sent there. Pat Pete. 95 speed. The issue with, like, regular guys, I mean, you have to power them up. Like, the Legends can get one lower speed than them and get powered up plus the Legend Chem to get them there. So, like, Legends have a little bit slightly more of a slack on they get one less speed as the threshold to get to that Tier 1 than non-Legend guys. Deion Sanders, who's been amazing since he came out. Where are you at, Deion? Are you next page, Deion? He's a 95. There you are. Blitz Deion. 95 speed, 95 agility, 95 acceleration, zone and man. Yeah. So an amazing guy back there in coverage, but against the run, he suffers a little bit. So he's still Tier 1 in my mind. Maybe he'll get a new card soon. Hopefully tomorrow or Saturday with Ultimate Legends. And then I don't know if he'll get to Tier 0 because he doesn't have run support stat and he's not really tall, but he might just be there already without even needing those. I'll just say, screw it. Deion. Probably be golden tickets, like I said before we get that. Trufant I also put in Tier 1. Now, this is kind of like borderline case. But I always like the way Trufant plays. I think what really sold me on him is this 97 agility. It's something that you see a lot of the guys that have like 92 agility. They don't make a lot of the same plays that someone like Trufant would make. His block shit isn't the greatest. He can't really hit power, so you only want to drag people down. Catching, spec catch, maybe not the hottest like a Dion, but overall a pretty solid card there for True Font. So I put him there. I could see an argument against it though. If you guys said, maybe just throw him down a level, I'd be like, okay. Denzel Ward's right there too with the physical stats. 96 agility, 96 acceleration. So looking at like, you guys might be missing a few players, and let me show you why I'm missing a few players that you might be like, whoa, what about Zaven, Marlon, William, Kyle? All these guys have lower agility. Now, that's not going to sink them too far in ability. It's just the ability to go, to click on, take a guy that's moving and move him quickly the other way. It's how I get a few interceptions that I don't think many people expect me to get. So that 92 agility does kind of hurt the card a little bit. All these guys are like, Marlon's so good against the run with his hit power. Zaven solid too. William Jackson, great card. Just one stat kind of blows it down from like tier 1 to tier 1.5. And then Kyle Fuller too. Barely dropped these cards from tier 1 to tier... Where'd you go, Kyle? Remember I said Kyle? What? There he is. Sorry, I did miss him. He's a 96, not a 95. So 93 agility, which is better than 92, but still kind of lower. Like we're seeing like 96 guys. If they were like 6'3", Kyle Fuller would definitely jump to the tier 1 category instead of tier 1.5. He'd be more like Mel Blount than where he is in 1.5. All right, so tier 2. And the stats associated with tier 2. 97 plus speed, upper 90s, and the rest run support stats encouraged. So, we got Night Train Lane, Marcus Peters, Josh Norman, Jason McCourty, and Jair Alexander. Jair is very borderline. He's an old card, but he's played well throughout. He's just limited and expensive as hell. All right, so Night Train Lane. You guys know my love-hate with Night Train. He used to be the best card we'd all hope for. They nerfed his speed bad. 92 speed right now, even chemmed up with Legends Chem and stuff. I can't tell you the number of times I got beat deep with this guy in just a straight streak on a press cover 3 playing the sticks. So there's too much 99 speed out there right now for a cornerback to be Night Train Lane and be a top tier corner. You can still use him; he's still usable, but you can't really be too flexible in your scheme with him. Marcus Peters, a lot of the same issues with Night Train Lane. The lack of 99 speed basically is the biggest deal breaker for me, and not being overly tall and great on run support either. And he's not an NTL. He's not a big presence there. Josh Norman, I also put in tier 2. Norman, there you are. 93 speed with similar great zone cover. Like all these have great coverage stats, right? They're just missing 1 or 2 things. Basically speed. McCourty. I think he's down 1. Second page. McCourty's tier 2 also. He's 95. Why did I put McCourty lower? Was it a jump? Oh, agility 91. So he could move to tier 1.5 because he's got kind of the rest of the stats I'm looking for. Just lower agility. Yeah, I could definitely see him up to 1.5 instead of tier 2. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with that ranking. And then Jair Alexander's here too. With 94 speed. You can get sprinter on him, somebody said. So, yeah, I like it. And now, tier 3 in cornerbacks. Let's see who they are. The tier 3 corners: Walls, Law, Aeneas, Darryl Green, Butler, Ramsey, Woodson, Duzwe, Melvin, Barber, Desir. All missing 1 or 2 of the things that we love top end, either speed or agility, quite a bit of it, height, something. They're all missing something. So that's not tier 3. There isn't a lot of separation between tier 2, 3, even between like tier 1 and tier 3. There isn't like if you told me, hey, you gotta trade your Dion for Rod Woodson, I'd be like, okay, totally, that's totally fine with me. Hey, you gotta trade your Denzel Ward for Aeneas Williams. I was like, all right, that seems pretty normal. It's like the differences between the CB tiers are about as close as anything in the game. Any of the positions that I've listed so far. So there's just so many top end corners. That's why I ranked them as the most overrated position in MUT, cornerback. So it's hard to find any differences in those things, but we did it Tier 0 safety, 99 speed, 99 agility, upper 90s acceleration, greater than 90 zone and man, greater than 92 tackle, tall, good run support stats. All right, so no cornerbacks, good at secure tackler, but to get secure tackler, you only need 92 tackling at safety. And we got a few of those. So some guys that maybe not as like athletically talented as others did get bumped up a tier because they can get secure tackler, and it's so necessary right now with the amount of broken tackles that just running backs naturally break in the game at the moment. So tier 1, Sean Taylor, Earl Thomas, Bethea, Ed Reed, Amos, Simmons, McDougal, and Adams. So here we go. No secure tackler, no secure tackler, secure tackler, no secure tackler, no secure tackler, secure tackler, secure tackler, no secure tackler. Okay? 99 speed, 99 speed, 99 speed, 99 speed, 99 speed, 99 speed. No man coverage though. Tall. Great man coverage, not that tall. He's got secure tackling speed. Not tall, great man in zone. Speed. Speed. Speed, 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 speed. Why don't I just show it to you on the goddamn plays? Alright, Simmons. I put free safeties and strong safety together. Don't sue me. Simmons, Simmons, Simmons. Simmons, Simmons, Simmons. Look at that. Beauty. Man coverage, gets that, you get that chemmed up. Low 90s. Hit power, 6'2", 94 speed. You get up there, baby. Yeah, powered up, 95. You get him to 98 speed, so not 99. And unfortunately, can't get secure tackler either. So he's there just from all-around great stats. You can cross-man him pretty consistently. Let's take a look at his agility. 95 agility too. So great cross-man. Basically does almost everything great as a safety except for secure tackling. So maybe if he had secure tackle, he'd be a top tier guy. He'd be better than all the rest. McDougal, because he gets secure tackle, jumps up a tier in my rankings. Otherwise, I'd probably have him at tier 2. So tier 2 safeties are Collins, and maybe that's he's like the highest rated safety right now, right? 98 overall, tied for one of the 3. Why is he lower? 93 speed basically screws him over, and that's about it, right? Otherwise, Landon Collins, this is your life. That's the only reason. I could see moving him up though. One speed going from 97 speed with him powered up. Is it an issue not to have 98, 99 speed? If anybody deserves to be pushed up a ranking, to be Collins here. Just because of 1 speed. Yeah, let's throw him up. Let's throw him up. All right, I was too stiff with the speed. We're putting him up in tier 1. You get moved up. I decided. You, sir, are here. All right, so tier 2. Tyron, Rodney. Oh, I already showed him off. Tyron, yeah. Sorry, you guys are looking at him. I'm not gonna go through other stats, but Kraus, you could argue he should be down to tier 3, but he's up here due to height. Cam Chancellor's on tier 2 due to secure tackler. Dawkins doesn't get it, unfortunately. I think KZ gets it. KZ does not get secure tackler, but he's got man coverage, zone coverage. Does he have agility? Is that why he's here? Otherwise, yeah, 95 agility is pretty good. Oh, you guys weren't looking at that. Anyways, yeah, a few borderline guys with holes in their games there at tier 2, so that's why they're tier 2. And then tier 3, just a couple other ones that are good, but too slow really for mass production. Too weird for this world. So there are my safety rankings. My tier battles. They're not in order. Number 1 through 5. I hope you guys like the tier rankings instead of say, actually like top 5. I tried to tier them out. So no tier 0 defensive players in my mind yet. I think we'll get done with golden tickets, like I said. There's CB rankings. And then defensive line rankings. Maybe I should have got rid of the tier 1 because nobody's in tier 0 or 1. But if somebody could get both the block shed and the power move and the speed, they get all of them. I think there's definitely a difference there between tier 1 and tier 2s. Although, like, say, the max are closed. So, anyways, that's it for the tier ranking video. Sorry for the length. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.